happy 2021. Happy New Year. My name is Natalie Medlin and I am with Built for This Personal Training, and I have a special present for you for 2021. It is an ab routine. So follow along with me in the next few weeks and let's go ahead and focus on this foundation and strengthening your core, especially if you've been at home, sitting down, if you've been doing a lot of Zoom calls or just in general working from home where you're sitting down and you don't really have enough exercise going on. I will help you. Follow along with me. We are gonna do our ab routine, 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off, and we're gonna go straight down the list through the circuit. If you're finding that you need a little bit more of a challenge, then just go straight through without a pause in between. Good. Remember that as you're going through this, you have the ability to pause at any time and then just go through the circuits as you need to. For our first exercise, we're gonna do Swiss ball crunches, and we're gonna do it for 30 seconds. Starting position, you'll go ahead and sit on the ball. Make sure that you roll forward here. You wanna make sure that your mid to upper back is here. Go ahead and lightly hold your head. Tuck your chin in so that way your neck is nice and supported. Exhale on your way up. Inhale on your way down. So for those of you who do not have a Swiss ball at home, we'll go ahead and scratch that and we'll just take it to the floor. So I'm gonna go ahead and set this aside here. I'm gonna go ahead and pull out my yoga mat. Starting position here. Your feet are about shoulder width apart. I'm gonna bring my shoulder blades 5 to 6 inches up off the floor. Ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. And again, you'll do this one for 30 seconds. Notice how I'm just focusing on my upper abdominals. Ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. For this next sequence here, we're gonna go ahead and focus on flutter kicks. So you're gonna lay flat down on your mat. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna place my hands underneath my glutes for lower back support. And I'm gonna leave my upper body flat. For beginners, point your toes. You can come out wide here. Focus on your breathing. If you want a little bit more of a challenge, then let's go ahead and focus right here in the middle. If you want to be challenged more, then you can come right down here. And then lastly, crunch up. And then again, focus on your breathing. Those are your 3 different options for flutter kicks. Ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're gonna go ahead and focus on sit-ups. I'm gonna use a Swiss ball. Main reason, it takes a lot of pressure off of your lower back. They're one of my favorites, and it's a great way to just kind of start off before progressing to the floor and doing sit-ups. So again, just like we did with the crunches, you're gonna go ahead and sit on the ball, roll forward, otherwise you will flip over. Make sure your glutes are towards the end here. Now I'm going to go ahead and slightly hold my head. Inhale as you go down, exhale as you come up. Make sure that you do not release the tension by looking back, otherwise you're hyperextending. You consistently want to keep your core engaged, so exhale, inhale. And again, your flexion is only going to be here at your hips. What I tend to see sometimes is people want to move and rock back and forth. You're not going to engage the appropriate area if you're doing that one. For those of you who are at home and you don't have access to a Swiss ball, that's okay. We can go ahead and do sit-ups on the floor. However, if you find that you have a weaker core and lower back, I wouldn't do them just yet. I would maybe just skip this one, or I can give you a revision towards the end. We're gonna do this one for 30 seconds. So I'm gonna have feet together, knees together. Inhale as I go down, exhale as I come up. Okay, you can do these weighted if you want, or if you feel like it's a challenge with your feet, you can clip them underneath something, or you can even have a partner step on your toes as you do these sit-ups here. Okay? Ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. Our next sequence of abs is going to be reverse crunches. So your starting position, we're gonna lay flat on the mat. You're gonna lift up your glutes so you have some support on your lower back. Think about that pelvic tilt as you're doing it. And you're going to, starting position, you're gonna bring your feet, lift them up, and then bring your feet back to the ground. So this is for beginners here. And actually, I'm gonna readjust a little bit to make it more comfortable here. If this is too easy for you, then I want you to just kind of hover over the ground. You're not gonna let your feet hit. If that's still too easy, then what you can do is extend your legs out a little bit more and then bring them in. Again, inhale, exhale as you're doing this one, and don't let your back hyperextend. And that's it for your reverse crunches at 30 seconds. Ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. Next round of abs is gonna be knee tucks, my favorite. So we're gonna go ahead and grab the Swiss ball for this one. Starting position, you'll be kneeling down on the mat. You're gonna take the ball here, make sure that it's close to you, and then you're gonna slightly roll forward here. All right, as I roll forward, I wanna make sure that my hands are directly underneath my shoulders. Do not hyperextend and let your hips drop, but rather lock them in. So it's kind of like you're planking here. Now that I've got everything nice and engaged, I'm going to pull my knees into my chest, and I'm gonna do a tuck. Exhale as I pull it in, inhale as I go out. And this is it for knee tucks. This will challenge your core a lot. It's also gonna challenge your balance. So if you feel that your coordination and your balance isn't quite yet, then I might hold off on this exercise. Or you can try it and see if you last 30 seconds and just focus on the number that you made it to, if it was 10 seconds or if it was 15. You know, everybody has to start somewhere, and I'm just rambling on. Okay. Ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. The next set is mountain climbers, again, 30 seconds. So, as I get in position, I make sure that my shoulders are directly over my palms. I'm gonna extend out like a plank here. What I don't wanna see is lifting the hips, but rather locking them into place. So now I've got my pelvic tilt, I've got my core engaged, I'm not dropping, and then from here, I'm gonna go ahead and tap. Inhale, and then exhale, okay? So for mountain climbers, ready, go. This is what you should be looking like here. Everything is nice and slow and controlled, and you should feel that all in your core versus I don't really feel anything here. Ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. The next exercise we're gonna do for 30 seconds is called a hip lift. So your starting position, you're gonna lay flat on the ground here, extend your legs up. I always like to point my toes, keep everything nice and tight and engaged versus having it loose. So put my hands here for support, and you're just gonna slightly lift up your hips. It's gonna look like this. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. You'll do this one for 30 seconds. Ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, we're gonna start off with lower back to help strengthen that. We're gonna use a Swiss ball, and then I can also show you an alternative if you don't have access to a Swiss ball. For this one, we're gonna do 30 seconds. Starting position, you're gonna be kneeling on the ground, bring the ball forward to you, slump over it, hands. It is always a weird position on what you do with them, but I just kind of like to tap them here on my shoulders and cross over. So I'm gonna slump my body here. Exhale as I come up, inhale. As you can see, I'm using my lower back to pull me forward. So it's just a minimal movement. You can also extend out if you'd like, and then come up. Make sure that you do not hyperextend. If you hyperextend on this ball, then you're gonna just hurt in your lower back. Hyperextension looks like this, and that is your biggest no-no. Do not do that. Your first indication would be, ouch, your lower back. You would immediately feel that in the first rep, no matter how fast or how slow you're going on that one, okay? For an alternative, set the ball to the side. If you don't have the ball, Superman's, which we'll be doing this one next. We are gonna lay flat on the ground here. You're gonna extend your limbs out, and with the smaller your back, you wanna squeeze. You'll extend up and you'll exhale. We're gonna do this for 30 seconds, and it's gonna look like this. Exhale, inhale. Nice and slow and controlled. And that's it for your Supermans. Ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. Lastly, we're gonna do a plank for 30 seconds. Starting position, you're gonna come up on your elbows and you're going to intertwine your fingers. Make sure that your elbows are directly above your shoulders. You don't want to have them extended out. So as I come up, I'm gonna go ahead and lock everything into place. Don't cheat by lifting up your glutes, and definitely do not hyperextend and drop your hips. Ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. You know what? I am so proud of all of you. This is the last round. Yay, we're stretching. I know your abs are on fire, so let's stretch it out. I'm so proud of all of you for sticking with me and doing this routine. I promise you in the next few weeks, you're not gonna be sore at all. You're gonna need another challenge, so just stay posted because I'll have some new stuff for you. So, seal stretch. I'm going to go ahead and push my hips into the ground, and I'm gonna look up, and I'm gonna hold this pose for 30 seconds. Ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. For those of you who like my stuff, go ahead and follow along for more content, as I will be putting a lot more stuff out for the new year.
Done.
My hands. All right, guys, final. Okay, my name is Natalie Medlin, and today we're gonna put, okay, it's gonna be to continue, okay, on and off. All right, or can it just be like, go ahead and please follow me, click my like and subscribe button. You can follow me on Instagram, on Facebook, on all the social media stuff. So.